In this video, we're working on simplifying complex fractions. As you notice in example 1, we have an expression in my numerator that is being added, as well as an expression in my denominator. So what we need to do first is we need to simplify our numerator by finding a common denominator and adding the two expressions. So my common denominator of x squared and x will be x squared, which means I don't need anything in my denominator here, so the 4 remains the same, but I do need an x here in my denominator. So what I'll be doing is I'll multiply the numerator and the denominator both by x, or essentially 1. So then I'll have 4 plus x up top. That is not my final answer because that is my numerator. My numerator is being divided by, I'm just going to write it as x plus 4 here. It's being divided by 3 over 16. We know from past videos that if we divide by a fraction, we're going to simply multiply by the reciprocal. So x plus 4 over x squared times 16 over 3. If we multiply it out, I have 16 times x plus 4 over 3x squared. You could distribute that 16 back through if you wanted to, or you could have just leave it out front as a greatest common factor. The last step you might have to deal with is you might be able to simplify factors, but 16 does not simplify into 3, and there's no x squareds out front. So I can't simplify any further. There's your final answer. If you notice in example 2, we have our denominator as adding two rational expressions. So what we're going to have to do here is focus on our denominator this time and find a common denominator to be able to add those two expressions. My common denominator in my denominator would be 2x times x minus 3. So my first expression, I'm going to need a 2x in my denominator, which must mean I need a 2x in my numerator. 2x and 4 gives me an 8x. Here I'm going to need an x minus 3. So I'm going to multiply both my numerator and denominator by x minus 3. So that gives me an x squared minus 3x, another minus 3x, and a plus 9. I can't combine my terms up there, so I'll have an 8x, negative 3x, and a negative 3x. I'm going to bring my x squared out front, and a positive 9. So that should give me x squared plus 2x plus 9 all over my denominator of 2x times x minus 3. However, this is not my final answer yet. This was simply just my denominator in example 2. X over 1 is being divided by this rational expression. We know in past videos that if we're divided by a fraction, a rational expression, we're going to multiply by its reciprocal. So now I can multiply that x through. I'll have a 2x squared times x minus 3 in my numerator. And down below, I can't factor this out at all. Factors of 9 that add up to 2 through my guess and check method, it won't work out. So I can simply leave that as a trinomial. And notice, I cannot cross off this x squared down below here, I cannot cross off this x squared and this x squared. This x squared is a factor. It is multiplying the 2 and multiplying x minus 3. However, this x squared is a term. It's separated by a plus sign here in my trinomial. So again, I'm going to check to see if I can factor any common factors. I don't have any common factors there. So there's your final answer. If you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to email us. Thank you.